But this issue of the president himself downplaying the virus as he's fighting it, I know that was a topic of conversation for you today with Dr. Fauci.
It was, and it was a lengthy conversation, Chuck. This was actually part of a Cornell University event that I agreed to do where I interviewed Dr. Fauci. It's their homecoming week. Look, I asked him, obviously, about many things. I asked him about the president's behavior and the messaging that happened at the White House last night when the president removed his mask. Dr. Fauci being very careful to say that he would not directly take on the president or criticize the president, but he did say, look, there are some things that should be universally practiced. Masks, avoiding crowds, distance, outdoors, washing hands, doesn't matter who you are. And then I did ask him directly about the comments that you just mentioned. The president this morning comparing COVID-19 to the flu and appearing to diminish it and say that it's not that serious. And here's what Dr. Fauci said in response.
COVID-19 is a serious situation. It is a viral disease that has a broad range of manifestations with the potential to make people very ill and kill them. The numbers speak for themselves. We have 210,000 deaths and over 7 million infections in the United States and over 1 million deaths globally. So this is not a trivial disease. People in the United States should realize that it is not a trivial disease. The potential for what COVID can do, what SARS coronavirus 2 can do, is very, very much different from influenza. You don't get a pandemic that kills 1 million people, and it isn't even over yet with influenza.
So Dr. Fauci very strongly saying this is not just like the flu. Chuck, we also talked about the news today that the FDA may be getting reportedly some pressure from the White House in terms of putting out regulations and guidelines for vaccine makers and how long it could take for a vaccine to come around. Dr. Fauci saying that he supports the FDA and those new guidelines that the FDA wants to make sure that on average, people who get the vaccine in trials then spend about 2 months, at least a median amount of the people spend 2 months being observed.
Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Beat the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.